Well, hello, Facebook friends. I'm back. I don't know exactly where we're going to go with this, but all my partners and friends are concerned about what is going on with Facebook and the way that it has misused its authority and power, as I am. Some of our friends and Facebook friends experienced compromise with the illegal way that Facebook has been managed. To our knowledge, we have not. And it's really a difficult decision to throw the baby out with the bathwater because we're trying to reach people with a new message, with new warnings, and bring this nation back into the fear of God. And we are in a spiritual battle in America, and that's what makes my insight and our ministry and our call to prayer warriors so significant. And it's happening. That's the other thing, is that we are seeing such, people are responding to our call to get involved. So we're going to stay with Facebook as long as God allows us to do it, and as long as you respond and we know that it's effective. So you'll know, we will give you a notice if we decide to go a different route, which I am and consulting with our media team about. But we're not gonna support the ideology of liberals who are controlling our conversation, communication, freedom, the way they're doing right now. But it seems that God just exposed their little tricks, and He's cleaning house, which is what we are thanking Him for, instead of binding the influence of conservatives. So we just need to keep praying, keep trusting God, and stay in His loving care and protection. We have been on an assignment for seniors for a few weeks. It is getting response from those that need it, need help so desperately. And the Lord gave me this assignment. I've been on television for years and years. Our ministry has had mission after mission. We fulfill what God tells us to do in our spiritual conquest. But a few weeks ago, the Lord showed me that the seniors were suffering. And I had been getting letters, but I began to pay attention to the letters of seniors who make less than $1,000 a month. And God told me that we needed a voice. And the laws that brought us into this place needed to be challenged. The people in our government that has hoodwinked us needs to be confronted. But in order to do that, we had to educate people to the real hoodwinking of seniors in this country that crosses all barriers, all denominational barriers, racial barriers, national barriers, political barriers. And we should go straight to the facts and to the people that are paying a really high price of sacrifice as those receiving Social Security, and so many of them, they get no added assistance because of people that we've elected to office. November is coming soon. We have to know what we're believing God for. And our faith is in a revival of souls. I'm asking you to forward this message to your friends on Facebook. I'm asking you to go on YouTube if you can get our message out. We must confront those that we've elected to office who've squandered not only $22 trillion, but also the Social Security Trust Fund. My book will be out in just a couple of weeks. We're almost done with it. It's got to be published once we get it, the manuscript. But it's going to give you information you have not had ever compiled before. And every senior must read it and then act on how we change the way things are going. If all we've got is a complaint, if all we've got is debate, then it's rhetoric. We are in a spiritual battle. We've got to, number one, win it, but we have an intercessors network strong enough to win this battle in the spirit for our seniors. I just want to share with you today, I have a couple things that I want you to understand, and then I want you to forward this again to your Facebook friends. Like the page, so we'll know if what we're doing is effective. It's expensive to me, even though it's a minimum in our budget. I wish we could do a lot more. And if you would go to dial the 800 number that is there, 855, let me see what it is, 855-887-7321, and make a donation, it would be so effective for us. Number one, get for a $100 donation or more, you can get the Congressional Directory, let you know who's governing this nation. And many of them are money laundering our tax dollars in ways that you cannot believe possible, and others are spending it so frivolously. They don't seem to have a conscience, and it's our fault. We elected them. November is coming very soon, and we have to change it. I've been talking to you about the difference between our Social Security checks and what the Congress gives themselves as a retirement pension. And they made the laws. And you have to know, we elected them. So we can't condemn people that we could change the situation if we paid attention. Christians must get on board. One of the ways that this money, the trillions that have been spent, came to me from an email from one of my partners, and it says, here are 13 reasons illegal aliens should vacate America, and I hope that you will forward this, and I'm hoping that you will forward this Facebook post that is live today. Number one, there were $14 billion to $22 billion are spent each year on welfare to illegal aliens. Number two, $7.5 billion are spent each year on Medicaid for illegal aliens. $12 billion are spent each year on primary and secondary school education for children here illegally, and they still can't speak a word of English, my partner said. And I have teachers telling me they don't read in any language, but they're responsible for educating them. This is because of the people we've elected to govern this nation. $27 billion are spent each year for education for the American-born children of illegal aliens that they now want to give amnesty to. Right now, they cost us $27 billion for education for the American-born children of illegal aliens. $3 million per day is spent to incarcerate illegal aliens. That's $1.2 billion a year. 28% of all federal prison inmates are illegal aliens. $190 billion are spent each year on illegal aliens for welfare and social services by the American taxpayers. At the same time, seniors on Social Security, there are millions who get less than $1,000 or less a month. And we must change that. I need for you to get involved. I need for you to call our 800 number. You need to let people know that Faye is going to be a voice for seniors. It's not written in stone where we are now with Social Security, going through the system, and how to do this will come out in my book in just a couple of weeks. Is Social Security an entitlement? It should be mandatory reading for every senior in this nation. We didn't just pinpoint the problem. We've produced the history of Social Security and how we got here. We've produced the manipulation of Social Security by the Congress for years and years and years to control. Right now, the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, says he's going to cut Social Security. We show you where the funds that were deducted from your paycheck and matched by your employer has been spent. It is a total review. It is unbelievable. I've worked hours and hours, and I happen to get an editor that's a lot smarter than I am. And together, you are going to have the facts. But not only that, we are showing you how to change it. And we are praying for the devourer to be removed from our seniors. Another fact sheet that's going to be coming out in our weekly Face Facts is how much money Congress gives themselves as a pension. You won't believe it. You won't believe the difference in the payouts. But we cannot any longer ignore the injustice that is taking place and the suffering of the seniors of our nation. I just read you where this Congress is spending $190 billion, and it's unlawful. The law of our land says it is illegal to aid and abet an illegal alien. And this doesn't compare to what they're giving to the refugees that they've brought into our country. Unbelievable. Billions. And why they left their nations? They said they couldn't live in them. So what do our congressmen do? They send billions to Middle East Muslims and to third world countries. And they enable them to produce uncivilized nations while we have so many people that can't even afford to buy a house. We got children that the parents can't afford their school books. It's our fault. We elected them. You can say, Faye, this is so above my head. That's fine. Let it be above your head. You got to start somewhere. I look forward to hearing from you. We are offering for all of our Facebook friends that would donate $99. We are offering Jerome Corsi's book. Just came out this week. It's already a bestseller. Killing the Swamp, I think is what it is. Killing, I forgot the name of it. But that's what it is. It tells who has united to bring down President Trump. In our CIA, the FBI, we know exactly how to pray. We know who's trying to influence the will of the people. It's not Russia. It's the people on our payroll, and their pictures, most of them, are in this book. Their names. We are going to have their plan with Jerome Corsi's book. $99 today or more. Help us turn America around. It's God that's calling us. It's God that's calling us to pray for revival of souls for our youth and to give them a choice to know who Jesus Christ is in every classroom, to know the Ten Commandments, a choice to know who God is. They don't have that choice now. Islam is the controller. Liberalism is the controller. That's because the Christians are AWOL. We're not going that path anymore. But one by one, you've got to make a decision and make it today. And I will talk to you next week. Thanks for being with us, and we're just going to walk out Facebook being led by the Holy Spirit, but praying for all truth to come to light, and those that have broken the laws of God and broken our laws and England's laws, that justice will be served. And I'll see you next week.